Hi! I'm so excited for this. It's been a really long time since I've made a video. Well, I've attempted to make a lot of videos, but I haven't actually done or posted any of them, so I'm very excited for this. So we're going to keep it short and cute because I tend to talk a lot, but I'm happy to be back. I don't really have people that watch this, but if you're watching it, hey. Anyway, so the point of this video is I titled it Taking Life Slow, Living Like It's the 2000s, and Slowly Getting My Life Back Up and Running. I don't want this to be a get my life together video. We have a lot of those videos. And I don't really know if my life will ever be together, so that's just like an admission type thing. I think we're continuously living life, so we're gonna do our best getting together. But anyway, enough rambling. Some backstory. Life's been really hard the past July. This July has been a monster. Prior to this, I was doing very good. I was exercising, I was socializing a lot, I was filling my cup, I was exploring and doing so many different things like trying out run club and book club. It was a grand old time. And then of course, life does what it does, and I received some tough family news. Boo, tomato. But that made July really tough, so I lost my routines. But also, a lot of really good things happened in July. So I focused more on celebrating others, and that really helped lift my spirits. But at the same time, yeah, my routines are gone. I was sleeping really poorly. I was not exercising, and I was eating takeout every day. Boo, tomato. But I let myself do that because you just have to be in your feelings. If you feel like shit, you have to feel like shit, you know? Okay, I'm gonna pause right here. So anyway, the solution, instead of doing this big life reset, which we always see, I don't want to do that. I'm tired. I don't have the energy. And it sounds exhausting to finally pick up my life and keep it moving at a crazy speed. So the solution to this is I'm going to live my life like it's the 2000s. I'm going to go as off the grid as I possibly can. No social media. I think that's it. I'm kidding. More in-person interactions, and then just slowing life down. I don't really know how I'm going to achieve this, to be honest, besides no social media or limited social media. But I have a couple ideas I'm playing around with. So let me list a couple things. Okay. So what I envision, ideally, is I go to a cabin and I live there for 3 months, preferably in Montana, and I'm just chilling in there, and I'm making breakfast, and I'm having a grand old time. I can't do that. I can't do it. I can't afford it. So instead, we're going to take that energy and bring it here in my room, in my suburban life. So I've already mentioned it, but I'm going to limit my social media. I usually put it on my iPad, but I've gotten to the point where I just binge stuff on my iPad. It's not good. So I took it off my iPad. I'm still allowed to go on. It's not like a ban, but it's more, I have to delete and re-download every single time, and it's annoying me. So I don't really know what my limits will be, but just limited social media. Limited screen time in general. I obviously use screens for work, so when I'm working, I listen to a lot of things. That doesn't count. Because I'm working, I'm looking at a screen. But that means limited. I mean, if I'm not on social media, I'm not really watching anything. So, whatever. But in the 2000s, we already had movies. So I'm going to allow movies and TV shows. But just limited screen time if I can, preferably. And then mostly hands-on hobbies. So instead of playing games on my iPad, which I don't do, but things like Wordle and stuff, I have to do hands-on hobbies. So that's easy for me because I used to love gardening per my last video. So I'm probably gonna garden, craft, write. Ooh, I miss writing. Ooh. I just want it to feel like a 2000 summer back when we were kids. Oh my gosh. And we'd go out and we'd play at the park. I think I might do that. I might invite my friends to recreate an early 2000 summer. Maybe I'll make a video on it. I don't know. But you know, trying to be as screenless as possible. So probably reading and stuff. One other thing is having boredom time. So sometimes for work, I'll take 10 to 15 minutes off and I'll literally just stare at the ceiling. And I kind of miss that. In the early 2000s, we would stare at nothing and you could feel the boredom just stretching and stretching forever. So I wonder if I could pull that off and sit outside or something for an hour doing nothing. I do that at the beach. I'm really good at doing nothing, at like staring at stuff. Another one is communicating slowly and not blasting everyone with messages. So it's a really odd feeling to, actually it's not an odd feeling, it's super normal for me, but to basically like blast everyone with messages and I realize I haven't even seen like a real life human being all day. So it's normal for me, but I'd like to unnormalize that and say things to people's faces. Let's do that. And then taking time to make things. So I've become a DoorDash fiend, unfortunately, and I think it's time to go back to cooking and just slowing things down. I do a lot of takeout, I do a lot of pre-made food, and it's time to use our hands. It's time to use our hands. Talking to random people more. I don't know if that's an early 2000s thing, honestly, but I feel like it is. I feel like it is because we have the excuse of the phone. So we don't have that weird small talk. And I was too young to ever even engage in small talk like an adult. But I'd like to think if I was in the grocery store as a 28-year-old, an old woman would probably speak to me in line at Costco or something, right? Someone fact check. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, last thing. Oh, that's it. That's all that I have. So something that I'd like to incorporate is usually I'd go to my phone for inspiration, like for Pinterest or ideas, watch Instagram Reels and TikTok. But everyone's been hopping on the commonplace notebook or like just having a pocket notebook. And I really like that idea. So I have one. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I got this off Etsy, the cover. And then I got the inserts from Etsy from a notebook place that I've been buying from for years now. So I should write a review. But this leather bound traveler's notebook cover came from Germany. And it's Klaus Handcrafts leather goods. It's so pretty. I've already scratched it up a lot because I chuck it in my purse, which I wish I didn't do, honestly. But I'm already really liking it, and I think I have a system down, but I'm still playing around with it. But I'm gonna use that as my source of inspiration and thoughts rather than my phone. And I hope, everyone that's written a review on doing that has really liked it, so I think I'm gonna like it too. I already like it and I've used it for like 1 or 2 days. Okay, so with that being said, I'm usually a goals person, but I'm just gonna take this time to exist. I do have goals. I have a lot of them, but I'm tired. So I just literally want to exist. Can't a girl vibe? And it's kind of hard to admit that because I feel like I don't have enough accomplishments in order to complain and be like, can't a girl just vibe? Because I have been vibing since I graduated college. And honestly, I don't even care. I've had a great time in my 20s. I've explored so many things, tried different things. I'm gonna vibe some more. But I do feel that change of wanting to create substantial safety nets for the future. But luckily, I feel like that feeling of comparison where I should be somewhere is slowly dissipating. So I'd like to think it's because of my self inner work that I've done, but I think it's honestly just exhaustion from capitalism. So do with that what you will. Yeah, that's all I have. Speaking of capitalism, I did buy a lot of things this year and I want to do a haul. I think that's going to be fun, brain rot, empty content. But that's it. That's all I can say. I'm tired. I'm going to take it slow, live like it's the early 2000s for as long as I can. Let's see what happens. And ever so slowly, we're going to pick ourselves up and we're gonna exist. And if I can start working on my goals sometime later, cool. If not, cool. That's all I have. It's mid-July. Girl, it's like last week of July, whatever, I don't know. And I will post again next week. This is kind of fun. I was saying this is my version of Trisha Paytas on the floor, but I'm not at her level. I don't even. If you have any ideas on how we can early 2000ify our life, more so in the way of how it feels versus the aesthetics of it, let a girl know. I'd love to brainstorm more ways to make it feel like it's the early 2000s. Probably getting more physical stuff, so like physical books rather than my Kindle. I low-key don't want to, but we'll try it out. Okay, that's all I got now. Bye.